Chapter 1. The Day I Spoke Too Fast. My name is Hamza. I am 19 years old. I live in a small town. I study English at college. I want to speak English well. I want to be fluent. Every day I watch English videos. I listen to English songs. I try to copy how people speak. I think, if I speak fast, I will sound smart. I will sound like a native speaker. One day, we had an English speaking test at college. I was ready. I had practiced all night. I stood in front of the class. My hands were shaking, but I started to speak. I spoke very fast. My words ran like water. I wanted to finish quickly. I thought fast was good, but when I finished, there was silence. My teacher looked at me. My classmates looked confused. One student raised his hand. He said, "Sorry, I didn't understand. Can you say it again?" I felt small. I felt like my English had no meaning. I looked at the teacher. She smiled kindly and said, "Hamza, your English is not bad, but your speed is too fast. People do not listen to speed. They listen to heart." I did not understand. I sat down. I felt sad. After class, the teacher came to me. She said, "When you speak fast, you lose your meaning. You want people to understand you, yes?" I nodded. She said, "Then speak slowly. Use simple words. Use small pauses. Let your thoughts breathe. Let people feel your words." I thought about her words. That night I recorded myself speaking. I played it back. It was fast. It was hard to follow. Even I could not understand some parts. I spoke like a train with no stop. The next day I tried something new. I said one sentence. I stopped. I took a breath. I said the next. I was not fast, but I was clear. And for the first time, my friend smiled and said, "I understood everything." That made me happy. After that, I changed my way. I started to speak slower. I did not rush. I thought before I spoke. I used short sentences. I gave space between my words, and people listened. One day, a younger student came to me. He said, "Brother, how do you speak so well?" I smiled. I told him, "Speak slow. Speak clear. Do not try to impress. Try to connect." He asked, "But what if I forget words?" I said, "It's okay. Use simple words. Use the words you know. If you forget, pause. Think. Try again. That is how we all learn." He looked surprised. He said, "But I thought fast was better." I shook my head. I said, "No, fast is not better. Feeling is better. Clarity is better. Speak with care. Speak with heart." That boy thanked me. I felt proud. I remembered my teacher's words. She was right. People don't listen to speed. They listen to heart. From that day, I started to love slow English. It felt kind. It felt honest. I could think. I could feel. And others could understand me. Now, I help other students. I tell them what I learned. I say, slow is strong. Slow is smart. Slow is the way. So if you are watching this and you want to speak English, please don't rush. Don't worry about sounding fast. Worry about being clear. Speak with love. Speak with meaning. You don't have to speak like a machine. You are not a machine. You are a person. Your voice is your gift. Speak slowly. That's how others will hear you. That's how your English will grow. Let your words be like soft rain, not a storm. Let your message shine, not your speed. Chapter 2. What it means to speak slowly. Many students think speaking slowly means they are weak, but that is not true. Speaking slowly is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of control. It is a sign of thinking. It is a sign of confidence. I remember a student named Ayesha. She was very smart. She could read and write English well, but when she spoke, she rushed. Her sentences came out fast. She wanted to show that she knew everything, but people could not follow her words. Her teacher asked her, "Ayesha, what did you just say?" And she had to repeat it. One day, I sat with her in the library. She looked sad. She said, "I study so hard, but people still don't understand me." I asked her, "Do you speak fast?" She said, "Yes, I want to sound fluent." I said, "Fluency is not speed. Fluency is flow. Fluency is peace in your words." She looked at me and asked, "What does that mean?" I smiled. I told her, "When you speak slowly, you give your brain time to think. You give your heart time to feel. You give your listener time to understand." She was quiet. Then she said, "But what if I sound boring?" I said, "Slow is not boring. Slow is strong. People will listen to you more when you speak slowly. They will understand you better. They will feel your words." We tried a small practice. I gave her one sentence. "My name is Ayesha. I live in Pakistan. I like to read books." First, she said it fast. It sounded like one long word. Then I asked her to pause. I said, "Say one idea, then stop. Take a breath, then say the next." She said, "My name is Ayesha." She paused. "I live in Pakistan." She paused again. "I like to read books." She looked at me. She was surprised. She said, "That felt better." I said, "Yes, that is what it means to speak slowly. You are not dragging words. You are giving space, space for your ideas, space for understanding." From that day, Aisha changed. She became a different speaker. Not loud, not fast, but calm, clear, and confident. Let me tell you about another student. His name was Amir. He was always quiet in class. One day I asked him, "Why don't you speak?" He said, "I am afraid. I don't know the right words. I need time to think." I told him, "Then take your time. Think. Pause. It's okay." Next class, he tried. He spoke very slowly, but everyone listened. We could hear every word. His sentences were simple, but they were true. He smiled after he finished. He said, "That felt good." Speaking slowly helped Amir think better. It helped him feel safe. It helped him believe in himself. So what does it mean to speak slowly? It means to respect yourself. It means to respect your words. It means to respect your listener. When you speak slowly, you say, "What I say matters." You also say, "I want you to understand me." Speaking slowly does not mean speaking like a robot. It does not mean saying one word at a time. No, it means speaking with care. It means speaking with feeling. It means letting your message breathe. Imagine your words are like music. If you play too fast, it becomes noise. But if you play with rhythm, with feeling, with time, people enjoy it. That's what slow speaking is. I always tell my students, do not try to be fast. Try to be clear. Try this. I am tired. I want to go home. I miss my mother. Say it slowly. Say it like you mean it. Feel the words. Slow speaking is not lazy. It is brave. You do not hide. You do not rush. You stand and speak with calm. People trust slow speakers. People follow slow speakers. Slow speakers sound wise. So if you are learning English and you feel slow, good. That means you are careful. That means you are thinking. And thinking is the first step to good speaking. Take your time. Breathe. Pause. Then speak. You will be surprised. The world will hear you better, and slowly your voice will grow. Chapter 3. Thinking Before You Speak. His name was Bilal. He was quiet. He sat in the last row of the class. Every time the teacher asked a question, Bilal looked down. He wanted to speak. You could see it in his eyes. But he didn't. His lips moved, then stopped. His hands played with his pencil. His eyes were full of thoughts, but his mouth stayed closed. One day, after class, I went to him. I said, "Bilal, do you understand the lesson?" He nodded. "Then why don't you speak?" He said in a soft voice, "I think in Urdu. Then I translate. Then I speak. But I forget words, so I stop." I understood. Many students are like Bilal. They know what they want to say, but their thoughts are in one language, and their voice must be in another. It feels hard. It feels heavy. I told him, "It's okay. You're not alone. But let's try something different. Let's think in English first." He looked unsure. "But how?" he asked. I said, "We'll start small. One idea. One picture in your mind. One simple sentence." I took out a book. I showed him a picture of a man drinking tea. I said, "What do you see?" He said, "A man is drinking tea." Very slow. Very soft. I said, "Good. Don't think in Urdu. Just look and say what you see. We did more. A woman cooking, a child playing, a boy reading. Each time he looked, he thought, he spoke. No translation. Just thinking in English. That was the start. The next day I gave him 5 pictures. He had to speak about each one. He tried. His voice was slow, but there was less fear. He said, "The girl is singing. She is happy." He paused. "She is in the park." Simple words, simple thoughts, but spoken in English from the start. He smiled after he finished. "Was that okay?" he asked. "That was perfect," I said. Day by day, Bilal got better. His sentences grew. His pauses became shorter. His eyes were brighter. He was still slow, but now it was not from fear. It was from thinking. Good thinking. One day, in class, the teacher asked a question. Bilal raised his hand. Everyone turned to look. He stood up. He said, "I think the man in the story is sad. He loses his friend, but he learns something. He becomes strong." The class was quiet, not because he was slow, but because they were listening. When he sat down, he looked at me. I gave him a thumbs up. He smiled. After class, he said, "I didn't feel scared today." I said, "You didn't speak fast, but your words were full. That is what matters." Bilal taught me something. Sometimes speaking slowly is not a choice. Sometimes it is the only way to think. And that is okay, because when you think before you speak, your words have power. You don't speak just to speak. You speak to share. You speak to mean something. So if you are like Bilal and you feel slow, don't worry. Close your eyes. Think in English. See the picture. Feel the idea. Then speak. Start with one small sentence. Say it slowly. Say it clearly. Say it with heart. Thinking before you speak is not a weakness. It is a strength. It means you care about your words. It means you care about your listener. And most of all, it means you believe in yourself. The more you think in English, the less you need to translate. The more you think first, the more natural your speech becomes. And slowly, without pressure, slow becomes smooth, and smooth becomes strong. So take your time. Build your thoughts. Then build your words. And watch how your English grows. One quiet, brave thought at a time. Chapter 4. Listen first, speak later. Her name was Sana. She was 15. She loved music. She was quiet in class, but her headphones were always with her. She didn't talk much. When the teacher asked her to speak English, she got nervous. Her hands shook. Her voice was low. She would say a few words, then stop. One day, she came to me after class. She said, "Sir, I want to speak English, but my voice is stuck." I asked her, "Do you practice speaking?" She said, "I try, but when I speak, I feel lost. I don't know how to start. I forget the words." I thought for a moment. Then I asked, "Do you listen to English?" She smiled. "Yes, I listen to songs all the time." I said, "That's a great start. But now I want you to listen more, not just music. Listen to voices, listen to stories, listen to how people speak and copy them. Just listen every day." She looked confused. "Only listen?" she asked. I nodded. "Yes, listen first, speak later." She agreed. She started that day. She made a plan. One English podcast in the morning, one slow story in the afternoon, one song at night. She wrote it down. She followed it every day. The first week, she said nothing, just listened. She listened while eating. She listened while cleaning. She listened before sleeping. She chose easy English, not fast, not difficult, just soft, slow voices. Stories for children. Songs with simple words. Conversations with clear speech. She started to hear the rhythm, the music of English, the pauses, the emotions, the way a question rises, the way a sentence ends. One day she played a story again. She paused after each line. She repeated it. Slowly. "I am going to the market." Pause. "I am going to the market." She did this every day, not just hearing, but copying. After 2 weeks, she came to me again. She said, "Sir, I want to try speaking now." I smiled. "Go ahead." She took a breath. She said, "Yesterday, I listened to a story. It was about a dog. The dog was lost. Then it found its home." She paused between each sentence. Her voice was still soft, but her words were clear. I clapped. I said, "That's amazing." She said, "I didn't write it. I just remembered from the voice." That day, Sana learned something powerful. Listening was not just about hearing. It was about learning the music of English, the rise and fall, the speed, the feeling. When you listen, you learn how English breathes. When you listen, you learn how to pause. When you listen, your brain fills with new sounds, new words, new ways to speak. Sana listened for 1 month. She listened to the same stories again and again. She listened until the words became part of her. Then she started to speak, not fast, but clear. Now she helps other students. She says, "Start by listening. Don't rush to speak. Your voice will grow." So if you are afraid to speak English, start with your ears. Find one simple English story. Listen to it 5 times. Find one slow English video. Play it again and again. Find one song you love. Learn every word. Then, pause the audio. Say the sentence. Repeat it. Copy the sound. Copy the rhythm. You don't need to speak fast. You just need to hear the right sound and echo it back. That's how children learn. They hear, they repeat, then they speak. You can do the same. Listening is not passive. Listening is powerful. Every minute you listen, your English improves. Even when you say nothing, your brain is learning. Your ears are learning. Your heart is learning. And one day, your voice will come. And it will be slow. And it will be beautiful. So listen first. Speak later. And when you speak, it will feel like music. Because your voice will carry not just words, but feeling, rhythm, and truth. Chapter 5. Practice with simple sentences. His name was Zane. He was clever. He read many books. He watched English movies with subtitles. He wanted to be great at English. He wanted to sound smart. So, he used big words. Very big words. One day in class, he said, "The environment in which I currently reside is exceedingly warm, and I am feeling the subsequent discomfort." Everyone was quiet. The teacher blinked. Then she smiled and asked, "Zane, are you saying it's hot?" Zane laughed a little. "Yes," he said.